Start living your life from the perspective that you're nobody's Cinderella. No one is coming to rescue you. You are nobody's Cinderella. No Prince Charming is coming to support or to rescue you. Start living life from that perspective. If there is no one coming tomorrow to rescue you, what will you do to save your own ass? Start living life from that perspective and see how fast things will move. When I was young, in my high school, I come from a very conservative family. In a family like mine, literally sending a girl child out there in a complete new city to study was like a big effing deal. But I still did it. I still did it. In my high school, I would literally go hours getting extra classes, getting tuitions, saving money by walking for certain kilometers. I would walk daily for like literally 1 hour, 2 hours to save money on transport, to save my lunch money, pocket money, to get extra uh, material to study, to put that money into extra classes so that I'm not putting extra burden on my parents. And again, let me remind you, my family's doing financially good. It's not that we didn't had money, but there were certain restrictions because I'm a girl. So I'm just being honest. I didn't want it to sound or appear like a burden to my parents because I knew I'm going to demand something big from them in 2 years. I want to go outside. I want to study in a different city. I want to experience world and the opportunities out there, which I will never get in this small town. So I compromised on a lot of things. I would never shop. I didn't buy clothes for so many years, honestly. I have sacrificed on even smaller things to get onto my bigger goals. And I would skip meals because I have to get onto the extra classes. I don't care. I would go without meals. I would get classes. I would learn. Um, I was like, it's almost like if it was like breathing. It was like if I don't get this, I would die. Like I was seriously, I was so serious about that because I knew the rest of my life will depend on this very particular decision. I was very serious about it. And I know at that time, because I was hardly like 16 or 17 years old in my high school, of course, I don't have money to move out. I'm not financially independent at that point in time. Like, okay. So I will have to depend on my parents' resources, right? And the best thing I can do is literally perform or outperform myself in high school so that it convinces my parents to send me to a whole different city. And yes, I outperformed. I was the second place holder in my entire school and the third place holder in the entire town amongst all the other schools. I outperformed myself. And I stopped eating food in order to convince my. I did everything in my knowledge and capacity I could. I came out of my hometown. The struggle never ended there. I did my degree, and even in my degree, I would be very careful about the expenses I would make because I know if I would overspend or over demand something from my parents, they would stop literally sending me money and they'll be like, "You're being too expensive. We can't support this. You have to come back home." I would skip meals. I have done this so many times because I had no other option. Okay. I would skip meals. I would never take, if I can avoid transport, I will. I would walk the longest distance I can. Okay. And then even sit hours to study after having a long, tiring day. I would still study and get good marks because I wanted to have scholarships or, at least I can have something so that my parents wouldn't, like, they won't put a full stop on my degree or they won't put a full stop on my studies. I got into my master's finally. I have studied from top colleges of the city that I was in, um, all the top colleges, even in my master's. In my master's, I started giving tuitions to small kids so that I can make extra money to buy extra stuff. Trust me, I started shopping only when I got into a real corporate job and I started making my own money. Only then I bought an Android phone, big Android phone. At that time it was not a big deal, but for me it was. All my friends would have it around me in my college. I would see them wearing those fancy outfits. As a girl, you want to do all of that, right? They would have their hair colored, they would do all that fashion and everything, but I was like, no, my goals are different. Oh, it's okay. So unless and until I got myself into a corporate job and I actually started making some good money, I didn't buy good clothes. I never made any hairstyle, never colored my hair. Whatever I wanted to do, XYZ, I did it only after I started making my own freaking money. And I know no one is going to question it. Okay. And it's been like almost more than a decade now. I'm on my own. No one supports me. No one gives an F. And I don't care. I don't care. Okay. The moment I got out of my degree, my parents were like, do whatever on your own. We don't care. And I'm like, okay, fine. I mean, fine. I don't mind it. What I was supposed to do is get a good degree from a good college and get into a nice company to work. So I already did that, so I'm good with it. And I have done this so many times. When I switched careers, I had no big backups, only a certain amount of savings that could go on for like a couple of months. Of course, when you're staying alone, you have n number of expenses from rent, from electricity, from this, from that, food, XYZ, so many things, right? So I have still done it. I did it because I would always focus on the bigger picture. I always did it because I would focus on the freaking bigger picture. I would sacrifice on subscriptions of apps. I would sacrifice on not even having a television in my room. I have sacrificed on meals. I have sacrificed on not shopping, not bringing anything extra apart from just the basic food that I'm eating every day. I have done this so many times. Whenever I had a bigger goal, I would do this. Sometimes, yes, I would say because of lack of good financial knowledge, yes, I could have handled certain things in a better way when I was younger. Okay, when I was much younger and I didn't have a good financial knowledge. But yeah, whatever I could, I did in my best capacity. But my eyes or my focus was always on something bigger because I wanted a better life, because I wanted better opportunities. You can do it. There is always a way out. There is, no matter how effed up you are in a situation, there is always a way out. Even if you're inside a box, there's still a way out. I'm telling you. I have been in situations, in places, in connections, and have still figured out a way. Because my desire to come out of that was so big, I was able to look past the obstacle. I was able to look past this chaos going on because my desire to live a bigger, better life was so big all the time. You have to understand. You have to have it like, if I don't have this, I'm gonna literally. When you have that desire, universe will give you the opportunity. When you have that, like it's literally like your life depends on it. Universe will support your desires. I'm telling you, this is coming from my life. In the past decade, I have done so many things in my life, so many experiments with jobs, with lifestyles, with changing places, cities, whatnot, traveling. What not have I mean, seriously. And this all came from a place of focusing on something bigger. Okay, this is the chaos happening right now, but what is the bigger objective here? What am I trying to go towards? Your desire for that bigger thing is what should be your focus. Trust me, universe will always give you a way out.